Alright there, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So I know I've been a little bit slow on getting videos out here lately. Spring fertilizer season's always incredibly busy. It's really hard to keep up and have any free time to do anything. So I had a video recorded a couple weeks ago on Old Red fixing the cam follower gasket leak that I had on there. I misplaced the memory cards. Hopefully I'll find those here soon and get that video out. But I thought I'd do a video just on some other maintenance stuff here while I get caught up, and try to get this up here probably tonight or tomorrow. But here's a couple things we got going on here today. So I smacked a deer out in Montana the night before last and pushed this bumper all up into the tire here. I had to pry this out with the fence post on the side of the road in the middle of the night out in Montana. And then that got me to where I needed to go, and then I found if I turned full lock that the pitman arm on the steering was getting caught on the bumper bracket here, because the bumper brackets are all bent. Bumper's actually shoved over to this side here and it's pushed back over here, so I had to hook a chain onto this bumper bracket here and pull that out a little bit. But I want to try to at least get this straightened out so it doesn't look quite so horrible until I can get a new bumper and get a new bumper put on this truck. Just finished getting it all washed up here, and probably can't see it from the ground here, but I do have a tear in the tarp that I need to fix, so I thought I would show you guys that. And we'll go from there. I might include a few other things in the video, or I might leave it there, but it's getting hotter by the minute here. It's supposed to get up to 90 something degrees today. We had some thunderstorms roll through here last night, so it's awful muggy. So I think I want to try to get that tarp patched up first, and then we'll go from there. You know, I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and roll this tarp back about halfway. Come on. Alright, so here's what I use for patching my tarp. Now I can get these as a kit through my local Tempte dealer. It comes with this special cleaner for the glue, and the patch material. Now I've already got everything prepped up on the trailer. I've got a piece of plywood slid underneath the tarp to give me a bit better of a work surface. I've got it cleaned. First I clean it with soap and water, and then wipe it down with this stuff with a clean rag. And it kind of actually leaves the tarp material a little bit sticky. I imagine it probably helps break down the vinyl a little bit so that the glue adheres better. But I've already got my patch material cut out, cleaned, and up there, and I've got the tarp cleaned. And we're going to go up and we're going to apply this glue on there and put the patch on. Okay, so now that we've got the glue applied to both sides of the patch, we're going to let this sit up here for just a minute, completely dry, and then we're going to flip this over, set this on here, and basically it's kind of like doing a really big tire patch. Well, that one's not the prettiest job I've ever done. It wrinkled on me in a few spots when I laid it down here, but nonetheless it should still work. And you can see there's a few other places I've already patched this tarp before, and I've got 1, 2 more to patch here today. I suppose this tarp's probably not too long before it's going to need a replacement here, but let me get these other 2 patched here, and then we'll bring you back. Alright, so tarp's all patched up here now. All the rest of my patches came out a little better than the first one there, but it'll work. Probably only a year or 2 left in this tarp. It's got quite a few other patches in it here, but it'll work for now. Keep the load dry. Here's the part number on the tarp repair kit. Like I said, I got this from my local tempte dealer. And you can see we've still got material left. We've still got patch material left. I've probably done 8 patches out of this kit so far, so not a bad deal. I don't remember these being terribly expensive. I think 50, 60 bucks, something like that. So that's all done here now. Let's see what we can do with that bumper there. Alright, so I think first things first, we're going to use a skid steer here. Try to pull this corner bumper bracket back out a little bit more, and then we're worried about trying to get that pushed in. But we're going to start with this, see what happens here. Try to get that pulled out a little bit. Bumper's looking a lot better than it was here. I'm going to go ahead and get the oil changed on this old gal. Oh, come on. You know, I like these little drain valves. Some guys don't like them because they're slow, but I like them. Doesn't really matter that it's slow because there's plenty to do while the oil's draining. Plus I can use a smaller bucket. I don't have to use a 15-gallon catch pan. I can use a smaller bucket, which is easier to move and dump into my barrel. So I can dump till this is full, shut it off, take my bucket out, dump it out, put it back under here, and turn it back on. And while that's draining there, we're going to start greasing the truck. Alright, so by the time I got the whole truck and trailer greased, oil was long done drained. Got the filters changed out. The Mack uses 3 oil filters. You got 2 full flow filters and a bypass centrifugal filter. And these Macks have a really good oil filtration system on it. Quite a few years ago I ate a camshaft in this truck. I mean, I'll see if I can find some pictures and I'll put them up here on the screen. But I had several injector rollers that were square and it had completely wiped the lobes off the cam. And I had run an oil sample while I was trying to kind of figure out what was going on with the engine. And it really didn't come up that bad. It was high in iron, which would be expected for that. But it wasn't like off the charts high. It was all on the oil filters. So these trucks have really good oil filtration systems on them. But now that the truck's greased, oil filters are changed. There is also 2 fuel filters. I normally change these every other oil change. I don't run extended oil change intervals, so generally I've never had a problem with doing them every other oil change. So I'm going to leave those for this one. We're doing them next time. And all we got left to do here for the oil change, just to fill it back up. So you got the oil fill right here. And go grab the new oil and get that set up and pump it in there. Alright, so this is the setup I use for putting the new oil in. I generally buy my oil in 5-gallon buckets. It's really only a few cents a gallon more than buying it in the 55-gallon drum. And these 5-gallon buckets are a lot easier to move around, carry, and all that. So I normally go with the 5-gallon buckets. I use just a regular barrel hand pump like this. Now this truck takes just under 10 gallons of oil on an oil change, so it does take a minute to pump it all out, but pretty easy. It's not hard to do. Nice, it's mess free. You don't have to sit there and try to hold a 5-gallon bucket up in the air and carefully pour it out, and you don't have a whole bunch of extra mess of buying it in smaller containers. Plus, as I said, the pricing's within a few cents per gallon of what I can actually get it for in the 55-gallon drum. I generally use the Mobile Delvac, pretty good oil. Alright, so it's just a little under 10 gallons of oil pumped in there. And go ahead and wipe that off. We're just a touch above the full line there. I haven't started the truck yet, so it'll probably come down just a little bit and we should be good to go. .4 million miles on her. She runs pretty good. You always want to walk around and make sure you don't have any oil leaks. Good to go. Alright. So anyway, YouTube, that's probably it there for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Should be getting back to old red here pretty soon. And yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Thank you. Have a great day.